What is the connection between thyroid, weight issues, and gut health? That's the question I will be answering on Ask Nutritionist Deepa's podcast today. So, the thyroid gland is a butterfly shaped gland or organ that is located at the base of your neck, right here. Okay. It releases a hormone that controls the metabolism, which means it controls the way your body uses energy. So, the initial connection between your thyroid and weight issue is that your thyroid dictates your cells ability or ability of our cells to spend calories. Okay, in addition to controlling our metabolism, it also regulates the body temperature, heartbeat, etc. Okay, so most common thyroid conditions such as autoimmune thyroid disease, Graves disease, Hashimoto's, um, they all involve your thyroid gland, and the the onset of the condition is usually is accompanied by your gut health. Okay, so the connection between thyroid and gut is called as thyroid gut axis, which means there is a connection between these two organs. All right, so how is gut involved in controlling thyroid? The microbiota in the gut influences the synthesis, which means making, and absorption, which means uptake, or your body's ability to absorb, uptake of minerals and vitamins that are relevant to thyroid. Okay, so your gut microbiome controls, like I said, the making of the nutrients, the breaking down of the nutrients from your food, and the absorption and uptake. All right, so which key nutrients are a part of your thyroid health? Number one is iodine, number two, selenium, zinc, iron, and vitamin D3. Okay, so these five nutrients are the key nutrients which are going to affect your thyroid health, and they are going to get affected by your microbiome, which means your gut health. Okay, all these nutrients play an important role in supporting thyroid function. Okay, many times, if not all the time, we see deficiencies of these nutrients with patients who are having the autoimmune thyroid disease. Okay, um, so let's look at each nutrient individually. Okay, let's look at iron. Right, iron is essential for the good microbiome bacterial growth. Okay, so iron, as we know, carries oxygen, and so you can imagine the deficiency of iron is going to affect uh, your microbiomes or your cells ability to have oxygen. So iron is essential for the healthy bacterial microbiome health. Okay, the healthy microbiome also affects the bioavailability, which means it affects how much iron is available for actual absorption. Okay, so even if your diet is little low in iron, the healthy microbiome will have an ability uh, to increase the absorption of whatever you have. Okay, so which is extremely important. That's why it's not like if your diet is deficient in 1 or 2 days, we are going to start having problems. Our body tries to adjust to the situation to its best. Okay, so iron is needed for that. We also need iron to use the iodine, which is an essential component for your thyroid. So as you can see, these nutrients are codependent, which means that deficiency of one leads to the deficiency of many others. I explain to my patients that it's like orchestra, right? One player's job may be just to clap at the end, but that clap is going to be as important, or is going to, elicit the response as if and it's extremely, it's extremely crucial part of the melody. So we cannot say, oh, this nutrient is more important than that. They all work together. So going back to iron, so like I said, iron is important for energy and to support the synthesis of iodine. Okay. Now, iodine is an essential mineral for the synthesis, which means for the making of thyroid hormone. Okay. And the the other import the okay. So iodine is essential for the synthesis of thyroid hormone. Okay. Number 4, selenium. It affects the composition and colonization of microbiome. Okay. Yeah, in your system, which means that selenium is required, or it helps making sure that we have diverse composition, we have a diverse microbiome, because we have trillions of microbiome in our system. We have more microbiome than we have actually cells in our body. So it's very important, the more diverse population we have, the better it is for our immune system. And selenium plays an important role in um, in a way that it dictates the composition and colonization of microbiota in our intestine. Okay, next one, selenium. So selenium deficiency is very common in patients with thyroid, and it what it does is it decreases the hormone itself and its activity. Okay, so as you can see, it almost creates a deficiency, right? So that's why, again, selenium is going to be an important one to to for the thyroid condition. Okay, then comes zinc. Okay, zinc affects the thyroid gland on multiple levels. Okay, it impairs the lack of it, rather. So the zinc deficiency impairs the thyroid hormone synthesis, which means, again, the making of it, the quantity of it, but it also affect the thyroid stimulating hormone and the conversion of T4 to T3. Okay, many people don't understand, don't know that a lot of conversion of thyroid from T4 to T3 occurs in our digestive system. So you can imagine, if you don't have all these nutrients to do that function, then your thyroid is not going to get converted to T3, which is that's the T3 is the one which gets utilized by our system. Okay, the next nutrient, of course, is vitamin D3, right? I have talked about vitamin D3 so many times. Extremely important nutrients. In case of thyroid, it has immunomodulatory effect, which means that vitamin D3 has ability to change and regulate the immune response based on our situation. Okay, so you can imagine, it is protecting us. So lack of it obviously is going to be a problem, right? The last but not the least is copper. Okay, copper is another essential vitamin, which again is a acts as a cofactor in absorption of many of these nutrients. Now, surgeries like bariatric surgery, a lot of patients that I see have been through the bariatric surgery. We often see that the nutrient absorption definitely gets affected by it, because either you are blocking a small part of your intestine, or part of your digestive system is removed. So we see severe deficiencies in patients with bariatric surgery, and hence after the surgery they develop thyroid condition. So something to think about if you are going to have a bariatric surgery. Okay, so in the end, where do we get these nutrients from? If you have a deficiency, just relying on diet alone may not help. All right, you may need a right kind of supplement in right doses. I would recommend you work with your dietitian or your functional medicine doctor to figure that out. But you can always focus on the dietary sources. For example, for iron, of course, dark greens, beans, lentils. That's it. For zinc, you're going to focus on again beans, whole grains, and nuts. For iodine, uh, sea vegetable like kelp or kombu, seaweed, those type of things. Selenium, Brazil nut. Just eating one Brazil nut is going to help you with your selenium requirements. It has, I think, one nut has like 400% of your daily value. So it's super high in selenium. You don't need to eat handful of Brazil nuts. Okay, just one Brazil nut will do it. Anyway, so I hope your question about how thyroid affects weight and how thyroid and weight is associated with your gut health. So like I always say, it all comes down to our gut, and our gut health gets affected by environmental toxins, food that we eat. So it's extremely important to look at your lifestyle, your food, your sleep, your hydration, and your identify your nutrient deficiencies to reduce inflammation, because all those things are going to affect your thyroid health, thus your metabolism and your overall health. Okay, I hope you learned a thing or two about the connection between thyroid, weight loss, and gut health. If you have any questions, please send me put it in the comment or send me an email at deepa@nutritionistdeepa.com, and I will answer your question. I do thank each one of you for watching and sending me comments and questions and staying engaged. There are quite a few live Facebook events coming up, so stay tuned. We also have a detox meal plan program released. If you need information, contact us, and watch me on YouTube as I'm putting some more cooking videos. And that's pretty much it. Until then, stay healthy and talk to you soon.